Hey, 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 you big bad people out there. How's it going on this fine, fantastic Friday?
Morning. Dude, we had a little bit of snow on the caps today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Nice, about halfway up the mountains. It was nice and dusted.
Well, nice.
I'm ready for the warm weather. That's all I'm saying.
You know, I am too. It keeps tickling us, and then it goes away and tickles us. I mean, I planted a garden on over the weekend, and we've been covering them every night, worried that and I think it did kill some of them.
Oh.
Sons of bitches. Gosh.
Yep.
I know, man.
Utah weather.
Gotta love it.
I do love it.
I do too. I really do. I love the four seasons. Usually by the time winter's done, I'm ready to move on. But I love I love spring. I love fall. I love winter.
Yep.
Love summer.
And man, we got a beautiful city.
Yeah, we do. We really, 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 truly do. We keep looking out over here because we have this amazing freaking view of the Wasatch Mountains just out our window with a big creek that runs right in front of us. So
yeah.
Pretty cool setting to have to come and work from every day,
we're
dude.
spoiled where we're at for sure.
Yeah, we are. So welcome, people. I'm Perry.
This is Aaron.
And we're the Beards on the Street. And we've got a really special guest for me. It's a buddy of mine that I met many, many years ago that's a local guy that, well, he's not local. I've always called him Jersey Chuck. But anyways, we're going to get to him in a minute, but let's talk about a few things.
Okay.
Really quick. Our mixer is next Thursday. So, guys, this is a really, really awesome mixer for me because my kid, through marriage, Mason, the Buff Runner on Instagram, is coming into town, and he's teamed up with the Single Parent Project, and he is going to be, listen to me now, this is ridiculous, but he's going to be running from 11 o'clock on Friday till 11 o'clock on Saturday.
How much of that are we going to do with him?
Probably not much. Let's be honest.
We are going to go down and do some of it, though.
Yes.
That's our plan.
So let me back up. So the mixer is Thursday night, guys. Come out and freaking support this cause. This is such a killer cause.
We'll be down on About Time, down off State.
Yep,
and
106 South.
Yeah.
106 South State, timeout. Love that place. Killer food, fun atmosphere. And we really, really want to wrap our arms around this project and support them as much as we can. And then not only is Mason running for freaking 24 hours, which I just threw up on there so you can see this.
This is his
craziness.
kickoff kind of for what he's up to, right?
Yeah, it's a kickoff. Now check this out, guys. In 2026, so little over a year, Mason is going to run from Seattle to Miami Beach.
Wow.
No joke.
I went running.
No kidding. So, you know, the cause in and of itself, I mean, come on, guys. Every freaking person knows single parents that need some assistance.
Yeah.
Or, you know, my mom was a single parent at one point.
I have single parents.
I know tons of people that are single parents. My wife was a single parent for a lot of years.
we were single parents.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
It's not only women. There's plenty of guys out there that take it on, and it is what it is. So, listen, this is a really, really good cause. Freaking wrap your arms around it and donate. Come out and hang out. They're going to have booths and all kinds of stuff. But this is kind of the prequel. It's kind of a gear up for Mason's big run, and he needs lots of support because it's not going to be easy. He's going to have an entire team. I mean, you name it.
Dean, we were also speaking this morning. I know in each of our little crowds, we have some fanatics and some runners in our crowds, and we would love an opportunity to have them come out with us and do a little bit of running on Friday.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so if you're watching
Actually, we're running on Saturday.
Oh, on Saturday. Okay. Are we?
I believe.
No, it's
Saturday
Thursday night,
morning.
and then it's Friday at 11 to Saturday morning, right?
Right.
So all day Friday.
All day Friday.
We're going to do our podcast. Are we going to do a remote?
We're going to do our podcast, and then Mason's going to go and do his thing, and he wants some time. We're running on Saturday.
Okay.
Saturday morning.
Okay. So we'll be there when he's finishing.
And it is at, can't remember the name of this freaking park. Hang on. Doesn't say on there. Oh, right here. It is at 11th Avenue Park.
Okay.
So, yeah, people, come on out and hang out with us, and let's support this kid.
Did he plan the flattest park he could find? I would have. I would have looked at all the ways.
I'm pretty sure it's flat, but it's just for 24 hours you're going to be running in a
I'm
circle.
not talking smack. I'm just making sure we'd help improve
for us.
this.
Yeah, no kidding. For us, yeah, probably.
So he wants us to come out on Saturday to kind of as a wrap up.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We'll start. I mean, I'm sure we'll run the last hour or something, or from 9:30 to 10:30. Who knows where his mind's going to be at that point? Dude, are you kidding me?
He'll probably appreciate some help running.
Yeah. So, anyways, people, let's support this cause. Let's make it happen. Good cause.
Yeah, it sure is.
And we're going to do some fun stuff, Aaron, at this mixer. We've talked about it a little bit, but anybody that's ever been and done a speed dating or seen a speed dating thing where you basically spend a short amount of time with people and then you move on, we're going to try that concept at our next mixer. We're going to mix it up.
Switch.
All right. Enough of that. Let's talk about this cat right here. Mr. Chuck. I ain't even going to try to say your last name, dude. Go ahead. Tell everybody what your last name is.
Sir is fine for you, Dean. You could just call me
Sir? Okay, I'll call you sir.
It's Staszkiewicz.
Staszkiewicz.
There you go.
There it is. I know you as Jersey Chuck, baby. That's what it's all about. So I met Chuck in, 12, 13 years ago, Chuck? We just happened to run into each other in a local establishment and became good friends. And I know Chuck, you were going through some single parent stuff at that point in time, if I remember. And I don't know why we clicked so much, buddy, but we did, and we've been great friends. I mean, there can be a year go by or more, and when we get back together, it's the same old. It's like we saw each other yesterday. And I love that. I love those kind of friendships, and part of our VIP 50 program is about nurturing those friendships and actually showing up better. So, Chuck, I love you, baby. I'm glad we have you on. I'll give you guys a little history of Chuck. If you've ever heard of a local plumbing company called
Anytime.
No.
Say
Hours
it.
Plumbing.
All Hours Plumbing. I was trying to give you a plug, dude.
Oh, there you go.
I was waiting. I'm like, does he ask me to remember?
So anyways, Chuck started All Hours Plumbing and built that baby up to a multi-million dollar company and sold it off not too long back. And now he has started a company where he does business consulting. Obviously, Chuck, you have a master business mind because, if I read in your bio, you took your company from 10 or 11 million up to over 20 million in like 4 short years?
It's about 3.5, yeah.
Wow. So you get it. You understand it. So tell us, buddy. Tell us a little history. How did you end up in Utah? Tell us a little bit about the beginnings, bud.
For sure. Well, first of all, I want to circle back on a few things that you said. Awesome for your son to do that run. My wife just did an Ironman, and she was training for a year for that. So I know the work that goes into this.
Yep.
So that's amazing on that. And single parents is definitely men, women, the whole 9 yards, right?
Yep.
Like, is definitely a great cause. So definitely get out and support that if you can. If I'm around, I will stop by, Dean, for sure.
Awesome.
The other thing that you said too was, and I've heard, I know you guys have probably heard this a million times, but hear it again differently this time. Your net worth is directly related to your network.
Love that.
Right. And here's the thing, right? Like I still talk to people from New Jersey. I still have clients call me from New Jersey that I had a plumbing company back there as well. And that was 15 years ago. And it's because I built that connection, and it's still a network. And I still have people that I can call on all over that I've met throughout the years. That's that's amazing. So I definitely love that you brought that up, Dean, and I appreciate our friendship, and thanks for having me on, both of you.
You betcha, brother.
So yeah. So a brief history. I grew up in New Jersey, Bergen County, New Jersey. It's about 12 miles outside of New York City, Times Square, about 12 miles from Times Square. I started plumbing about 25 years ago. I moved to Utah in 2008. We all know what was going on in 2008. So I was like, hey, I am not married, no kids. I love to ski. Came out here for a ski vacation. 6 months later, I was here for good. And it's all history from that point on. But I worked for a company for a few years till about 2011, and I started All Hours Plumbing in my garage. I had $5,000 in the bank. I bought a $2,000 van, and that's where the journey began. So I started this company with no investors, no business knowledge. I was a plumber, right? Like I didn't. Most people in the
Chuck,
trades. Dean,
did you have plumber crack?
I never did. I always wore a belt.
How would he know that's on the backside?
Or those long shirts, you know.
Right.
But here's the thing: is like, so most people that get into the trades, they don't like school. So I didn't go to school, right? I just went out and started working with my hands. So I was a plumber turned businessman at that point. And, we ran from my garage for a few years, and then we leveled up. And, we grew up from 0 to 20 million in 12 years, 130
Amazing.
employees. We added
employees, wow.
130 employees. We added Uinta Fireplace in 2020. And then we all know what happened in 2020. COVID hit. That's where the real journey began, though, right? It was something that drastic that woke me up and shook me. I mean, I was doing $12 million a year in 2020, but I was doing it just on a whim. I was still the plumber trying to run a business, right?
Wow.
So COVID hits, and I said to my general manager, I said, there's two things that we've got to do. So we got to triple down on marketing, and we've got to hire a mentor. And that's what we did, right? And from that point on, the moment I met with the mentor, it was a 3-day event that we went to. And after day one, I was so blown back, I realized I didn't know anything. And it was a real humbling.
Coming to Jesus.
It was such a humbling experience. Like before COVID, I thought I was on top of the world. I thought I could, just do anything, and I was untouchable, right? Like,
you had that Jersey attitude, happened, baby.
I did, and it got me so far, right? But
right.
I realized, and that smack in the face with COVID was what woke me up. And from that point forward is where we really started to dial in the business. We started to know our numbers. We started to focus on the culture. We started to build amazing teams, implement systems and processes. Like we really and now you can imagine it's hard enough to do that when you first start a business with 1 or 2 employees.
Right.
Doing that with 130 employees in place and trying to train it at the same time is not an easy task. We got it done. So that's where that's what's led me to here, right? So we in 2020, we didn't know this when we hired the mentor, but we ended up finishing out that year negative $500,000. We lost $500,000 that year. First loss we ever had in the company.
That hurt.
Is that because you couldn't go to the homes? I mean, did it impact you that way? Like, because it stopped you from being able to go client facing?
No, we just were growing so fast. We were not paying attention. We doubled in size in 2020, employees wise as well. We went from 75 to 130. But yeah, so we were growing super fast, and we had no systems and processes in place. We weren't watching our numbers, and even though we hired a mentor in June of 2020. That year we closed out, we were negative 500,000. And if I wouldn't have hired that mentor, I probably would have been out of business, and I probably would have lost a lot more money than that, right? So that started our journey of just deep diving in, getting to know our numbers, setting the systems and processes. From 2020, 21, we finished the year with a 2% profit. in 22, we finished the year with 12% profit, and we sold in 2023 for double-digit multiples with double-digit profit. So, I mean, it was an amazing journey, and I like to go fast. That's just kind of my nature. So I really feel that, and every time I do a podcast or talk about this, it brings up a lot of memories for me. I love my culture. I love my team. It was an incredible journey. And like if you can imagine, you start something from your garage and grow it to that. It's kind of your baby.
It is your baby.
So,
absolutely.
There's not it is.
Yep. So it was, it was a long journey. And when I decided to sell, and I have 3 young kids, 12, 6, and 4, as well as being married, as well as my wife owns businesses, as well as she runs triathlons and Ironman. So like, there's no excuse.
Right.
Like if you've got an excuse that you're not getting up and doing something, like there is no excuse, right? Like just get up and do it, So I wanted to scale back a little bit and be more family man, which I'm able to now. But my passion really is, I partnered with my sister, who was my general manager. She was along that journey with me, and she understands what it takes to get those kind of results. So I partnered with her on the Opus and Golds group. It's our website is opusgolds.com, opusgolds.com. You can go on there, book a free strategy session with us. You got something in business. I don't care if it's home services. I don't care if it's construction. I don't care what type of business. We've got, pest control, roofers, pavers, lawyers. Like we've worked with every type of business already in a short amount of time. Jump on a free strategy session. If you just want to pick our brain, happy to jump on a call with you. Our calendar is right on our website. That's why I started this, Dean, is I know what it's like to suffer. 2020 was a bad year for everybody.
Right.
And I remember it. Right. And I don't want to see any business owner suffer. That's really where I'm at with it. And I have a passion. And I tell everybody, I'm like, look, I don't have to work anymore. Right. Like I could go sit on a beach somewhere and sip cocktails if I want to and toes in the sand. But I choose to do this. I choose to show up for my clients. I choose to support them. And I want to make a difference. In a short amount of time, we're working with about 8 companies right now. In a short amount of time, we've taken these clients from that scared fear, not wanting to show up, not wanting to get out of bed, right? Like they're just on autopilot, to a whole new refresher. We have one client that's doing $25 million a year, and they have no systems and processes. They had no inventory process. They had no KPIs or scorecards. And in a month's time, we've literally revolutionized that business.
So Chuck, let me back you up.
That's why I do what I do.
You bet. Let me back you up a little bit. So it sounds to me like, just listening to your story, that this mentor that you hired had a massive impact on your life. I think that's when you hit the crossroad is right around that period where you were like, this is what I want to do. Yeah. Am I correct?
And 1,000%. And he had done what I wanted to do. He grew a successful home service company. He took it to an exit. He was minimal profits to double-digit profits. He did exactly what I wanted to do, and I sought him out. I actually interviewed 3 of them, and I clicked with him. He is from New Jersey, so of course I clicked.
Of course.
Right, but here's the thing, and I'm glad you brought that up because this is super important. And this is not a plug for me, right? This is just a good thing for everybody to have knowledge. There is so much noise out there right now. So many distractions. Stop with the bullshit, right?
Agreed.
Go find one source or 2 sources. Stop having 100 different sources. Stop going to people and listening to people that haven't done anything, that have no results, that haven't sold a company, that haven't grown a business, that won't come on and tell you, yeah, I almost went bankrupt and lost $500,000 in a year. Stop with all the nonsense. There is too much noise and distraction in this world today. Find a good source. And I don't care if that's me or if I'm not a fit for you, great. I am a fit for some people. I'm not a fit for everyone. But find one and limit the other ones. There's millions of podcasts, millions of books out there, consultants and guys saying that they've done something, right? Everybody that has a camera and Facebook profile can start a consulting or mentorship. I want to know a few things. I'm going to interview people and I'm going to find out what have they done, what results have they done, and I want to know the bad stuff too. I don't want to know all the good stuff because I want to know what you went through so I don't have to go through those same things, right? So doing your diligence when you're looking for any type of resource, whether it's a podcast, a mentor, a consultant, a coach, a book. Like, don't just read a book because everybody says to go read a book, right? Like, find out what your biggest problem is. Find out what your biggest problem is in your business and seek out a book that relates to that biggest problem. Same thing with the mentor.
Not even only in your business, but just period in your life.
Life. There is no separation. It's life and
if you're in a
life,
shitty relationship, do something about it. Don't just sit there and bitch, moan, and complain about it and point fingers and poor picked on me. Do something freaking about it, man.
Yep. And that's the other thing too, Dean, right? Is once you do all your research and you find the right fit, you still got to do the work.
Exactly.
There is no magic pill.
You can lead a horse to water.
Yep.
I think it's a unique space when you go actually choose to get coaching, because it's a vulnerable space too, because you're coming to the table and you're going, I want more, I want better, and here's really where I'm at.
Right.
And take a look and, tell me my problems, but what a cool space to be in. That's when you really do grow.
Well, what's interesting, Chuck, is Aaron and I are working on a system right now. We designed a system, we call it the VIP 50. And it's 100% all about, like you said earlier, reaching out to your sphere of influence and showing up and being there for that sphere. And there is so much business there. And let's face it, let's be honest with this, man. These people are your friends and your family. And guess what, guys? They want to see you succeed. They want to help you succeed. They want to be a part of it. So, Chuck, I've never had coaching, not where I had a coach. Plenty of mentors and people I've learned from through the years, and I went to the School of Hard Knocks or the College of Hard Knocks, and just like you, muscled my way through my life.
Coaching, you're getting coached now.
Oh yeah, so that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
So the gentleman that owns our brokerage is that's what he does mainly is coaching, and he took us on and is coaching Aaron and I as we're building this new system. And part of our system is going to be us doing coaching to the people that buy into that VIP 50 concept, and they want to learn how to set their business up correctly with a business plan, with a system, with
KPIs,
all the tools that you need in order to do your business and do it successfully, and most importantly, build a business that is long term.
Yep.
Not just today.
Yep.
So, buddy, I get it, and it's actually been really refreshing on this whole coaching thing with George, and I'd like to think of myself as now as a mentor. I've owned a number of businesses and been very successful, and I'm in the real estate now. And you know me, Chuck, my mind's always cranking 100 miles an hour. And you know what? The bottom line is I want to teach people now. That's what it's all about. I want to build my team up, and I want to coach people to get to the points in life that I was and do it better.
Yeah. And Dean, here's the thing: is you're putting efforts into that too, right? Just because I sold my business doesn't mean I don't have a mentor. I have 3 mentors right now.
Nice.
Right? Because they're doing things that I want to do, right? And I want to be educated, and I want to bring that information to my clients. I don't ever want to stop learning. I love learning. I think it's amazing. And if I'm not bringing value to my clients, I'm just another guy with a phone and a Facebook account, right?
I'm
So
super curious, man. Chuck, I'm curious. Would you share with us? I mean, 3 different mentors, 3 different coaches. What parts of your life are you working on?
Yeah, so personal development is first and foremost. Me and my wife could not do what we do and stay together without having some personal development. So that's first and foremost. If you don't have the foundation, everything else is going to crumble. Yep. Work on you first and foremost. Second would be business. I still have a business coach, but it's a different type of business coach because I'm not in the home services anymore. I'm more business to business.
Well, you're on your second career, Chuck, and I know all about that.
Yep. And I focus on best practices as well as, implementation of systems for me, resource centers. I'm constantly evolving our process and what we do. I mean, we have a group call right after this with our clients. So, and we're constantly changing that up, bringing guest speakers on to meet their needs and stuff like that. And then the third is athletic. Like after 40, you gotta go to the gym, right?
Dude,
like
that's a pillar. It all starts there.
Hey, and I was going to tell you, bud. I mean, I haven't seen you in person for a minute, but you're looking good, kid. I like this haircut thing you got going on, and hey, you fit right in here at Beards on the Street because you got that sexy face with that beard on it.
Yep, there you go. And look, here's the thing: if you train your mind, body, and spirit, you're going to be even that much better in business, in your relationships, as a dad. I mean, I've developed that over the last year and a half, right? And I knew I had to change myself once I sold the company because it's a big change, right? So I deep dove into things that were going to make me a better person.
Plus, here's the deal, Chuck, and let's be honest. Based on what you just said, the key feature or the key point you said right there is you're changing for the better. And guess what, guys? While you're changing for the better, you're much, much happier.
Yep, 100%.
Much happier.
100%.
You can put your head down and just motor through life on cruise control and I talk about this to my team, Chuck, about just next time you're driving down the road, just take a look around you. Pay attention to people. Pay attention to what's going on around you, and just you'll see that there's a lot of people that I feel like have thrown in the towel and just given up, and they're just coasting, head down, coasting.
Stop being comfortable.
Exactly.
When I feel comfortable, I'm scared shitless.
You and me both.
And it literally, Dean, it's you can start so simple with this concept to train your brain to think differently just by driving a different way to work every day.
Yeah.
And opening your eyes and seeing something different. Like I said very early on in the conversation, you've heard the saying, your network is directly related to your net worth. I said, hear it different this time. And if you can expand your mind and start to see things through a lens like that, and a different lens, even if you've seen it 1,000 times or 100 times, right? You really will expand, and it can start as simple as just driving a different way to work and looking around you. We're quickly becoming a society that's so numb and distracted.
Yeah,
and it really is scary, and that's where businesses get into a lot of trouble. Families, relationships get into a lot of trouble when people get numb or comfortable.
Exactly. Yeah,
Chuck, I have a question for you, man. So what I'm also hearing here is you made some major moves. The sell of the business. It sounds like, and what I'm resonating with is the redefining you. You're attacking 3 major pillars of your life. I have a buddy who just did a marathon, and another buddy who just ended doing the 75 hard, and it was interesting, the conversations around the purpose of life, their purpose, and when you have something major you're chasing after, just the flat out organization of your time and the focus that's required. But really, what I think it is is the self-focus and the push and the organization required and the presence that's there to fit all that in, and then the growth that happens around it. But as soon as it's interesting, these men, but as soon as those events were over, it was this deflation. And so I guess what I'm asking you is do you have any new if you're doing the athletics, do you have some goals you're chasing? Do you have something that you're running after that's keeping, obviously with this new endeavor with business, sounds like that's challenging. It's really inspiring you. It's really, it's livened your life, but it sounds, you sound all in, man.
Yeah. So it's not really a goal, Aaron. It's just, creating that I'm going to get up and do it no matter what, right? Like, no. Do I want to go to the gym at 8 o'clock at night? Yeah. Do I want to go to the gym at 8 o'clock at night? No. But I'm going to go do it.
But that's the time that works for your schedule.
Exactly. But here's the thing, right? The reason I go and I train my mind to go is so I don't get complacent anywhere else in my life, right? So that's the goal is really when I'm doing the athletic stuff, it's to train myself to not get comfortable and not get complacent anywhere else in life, right? Because as soon as you do, think about this, right? As soon as you get complacent with the gym, you start putting on pounds, you don't feel as good. It's proven that regular exercise cures depression, right? So, like, why aren't more people doing this stuff, right?
Well,
so as soon as you stop, you go in reverse.
You walk into a room and your presence, your body, it before you even open your mouth, there's assessments being made too.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. So like, as far as a goal, no, I just want to be the best me. My dad passed away when he was 45. I turned 45 last year. It was always my goal.
That was always a big mark in your life. I guarantee it.
Yep. So I knew, and I watched my dad. He was a very hardworking man, right? He was actually a lumberjack, and that can tell you how hard he worked, right? Yeah. So, and he worked, every day. If he wasn't out working at work, he was working around the house, right? So I looked at that, and I said to myself 25 years ago, I said, I'm going to be retired by the time I'm 45, right? And I made that happen. That was one of my goals, right? And I knew I could just walk away and not do anything else, but I also know that I could help so many people. Yeah. And look, there's no other. Watching that business that we've been working with for 30 days from where they were at to where they are now, Dean, there's no type of payment in the world. There's no money value that can do that.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's interesting.
So, go ahead.
Anyways, I was just going to tell you, it's interesting that we're having this conversation because, I told you we're putting together this whole program with the VIP 50, and it's going to entail a 2-day webinar that we're putting on, coaching, the whole bit. But it's really interesting, Chuck, because we've got, actually, I want to talk with you more about this. Because I'm sure you got a lot of good stuff to share with us, and I think that we've got a lot of good stuff to share with you that could benefit both of us in what we're doing.
100%.
But we've come up with a system for actually setting goals that is based around one goal that is badass, dude, because it makes you focus so hard on that one goal. You could do multiple at a time, but when you're setting up,
how to dial down and really attach.
You're dialing it down. You're not going, okay, like everybody does in January. It's like, okay, I want to lose weight. I want to get healthy. I'm going to go to the gym. They get a membership, and by the end of freaking January, it's dust in the wind. And this just helps you. And we've got some really awesome things that we do to help you even shrink it down to where you're so focused down on a daily basis that if you just do the steps on a daily basis, it's going to happen. There's no other thing about it. So it's fun hearing you talk.
Here's a couple other things for you too, Dean. The accountability factor. When I know I got to show up and tell somebody, hey, this is what's on my list.
In with it.
Exactly. And then the other thing too is when you pay, you play. right? So I'm
Yep.
sure there's a cost associated with this. Look, my mentor, I spend well over $100,000 a year on coaches and mentors, right?
Is it worth every
I'm
freaking
getting
penny?
10 times return is what I'm looking for. If I'm not making at least a 10 times return, I'm adjusting what coach or mentor I'm working with,
Wow,
right? So that's
awesome.
kind of my rule of thumb, right? So, but I also know when I pay, I play, right? I'm fully invested and
That's
I'm
real
committed.
accountability.
So, yep, it's super accountability, right? Like I'm not having this coach meet me at the gym and I'm paying him. He's going to charge me whether I show up or not. I'm more prone to showing up because I'm paying him, right?
That's right.
So
Pain and pleasure, baby.
It makes a huge difference. And look, it's a cost of doing business, right? Like if I wouldn't have brought in that
It's an
mentor
expense.
and
It's an investment.
yep,
in you.
it's a great investment. If I wouldn't have brought in that mentor, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
Right.
So did I 10 times? Absolutely. 10 times right there is a prime example. Did I 10 times my life by working on personal development? Yeah, I'm still married.
Hey Chuck, can I tell you something, buddy? Can I get real with you real quick?
Yeah.
So back in the day when we first met, and this is just me, I'm giving you some feedback from me.
Sure.
So back in that day, obviously we sparked a friendship and it's been ongoing for a long, long time. But dude, you were one stressed out mofro back in the day, and you were short tempered. You were a freaking keg of dynamite ready to freaking blow up.
And you two got along? No wonder.
We did.
You guys are two peas of the pod then. Holy crap.
But now, fast forward, bud, can I tell you how freaking proud of you I am? Dude,
Thanks, man.
It's like
Appreciate
this guy sitting in front of me is such a total. I'm getting chills here talking about it, dude.
It's fun. It's fun seeing your friends ascend like that.
Oh my gosh, man! It makes me so happy for you. Like I can't even tell you, brother. Like this guy right here is freaking amazing.
Chuck, I have a couple buddies. One's I mentioned a couple others, but how small of a company are you willing to talk with?
Yeah. So great question. I'm working with startups right now who literally started last year all the way to businesses that have been in business for 30 years. I have zero problem. Like, look, whether
one man
they
team
sign up,
or 200 employees doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Yep. Does not matter. And here's the thing is, it doesn't matter whether they come and jump on our platform or not. If I have a conversation and I change one person's life a day, that's it for me. Like it doesn't. I'm not looking for you guys to jump on with me to sign up. I'm looking for you to jump on and
change your life.
Start thinking differently. Change your life just from that 1 hour conversation with us.
Nice. Do you want to talk? Are you set up and wanting to take on multiple clients, or is there a cap? Where are you at on building how many clients you need?
Yep. So we've got, you know me, Dean, like zero to 20 million in 12 years. That's pretty fast. So I've got a few things going on. We're developing a call center and outbound center training. Where I have an amazing person that I'm bringing on my team right now who's been in the industry for a lot of years. So if you have, an office staff, office manager, call center, someone taking your calls, we can really, really help dial that in.
Nice.
So that is going to launch in September. As far as taking on more clients, right now we're at 9 clients. We will cap it at 40 because it's not like we're not looking to do masses, right? We don't want 1,000 clients. We want to walk hand in hand with people and have it more of an intimate environment. So it's not a huge thing. So right now we have room for about 30, 31,
I was going to say, you got room to expand,
clients.
but it sounds to me based on what we've been talking about that you're going to fill that up pretty fast.
We are. We're 8 months into this, Dean, and I can tell you right now, there are a couple other ways that you can get involved. I do a Thursday night, 6 p.m. open Zoom. That's just a group setting that we that anybody can join, right? And come on and bring in anything in your business that you've got going on, right? Whether it's recruiting, hiring high-level managers, systems and processes, anything in your business, we talk about, and I try to bring a topic there every week. How you get involved with that is you can find me on Facebook. It's called the OG Business Success Group, or you can just type in my name. You follow me there. But our Facebook group is the OG Business Success Group. We will send out the link and the reminder of the Zoom every Thursday at 6 p.m. That's for 1 hour. Another way, and guys, please feel free. You guys both have a ticket on me. May 14th, it's Tuesday, 8 a.m. start time. We're doing a virtual training. We have 6 or 7 guest speakers talking about finances, how to set up your chart of accounts and a budget. We have a financial advisor and tax planner coming in. We have a person talking about brand. We have someone talking about the importance and how to structure your call center. We have a guy coming on for.
I think I'm going to be on this call.
Yeah,
make sure
outbound.
You send us the information, dude.
100% for outbound, and then we have a digital marketing expert as well as a wealth advisor, and I think I said that one already. But that's May 14th, 8 a.m., and we're going to go for about 6 or 7 hours. Just depends.
Nice.
And you guys are more than welcome. I'll send you some tickets. If anybody listening today, if you want a ticket, no charge, we'll get you a ticket. We were giving away 10 of them this weekend. Someone paid it forward and bought 10 tickets. So if you're interested, absolutely, please reach out to us. We would love to get you there. And it's virtual. So here's the other thing is we talked about all the distractions and all the noise and all that stuff. When you have an event or a resource like this, there should be no excuse, right? You put in your iPods or your earpods and you literally go to work if you have to. Right? If you got to go. Yeah.
So really quick, I want to put a plug for you here. It's opusgolds.com.
Yep.
opusgolds.com.
Yes.
Okay. So there's a little bit of that jersey right there. So, man. Power, dude. Yeah. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I'm so excited.
I'm actually I have a buddy who's experiencing explosive growth. But what he's doing is he's like swinging the hammer harder. He's working all hours of the day and night.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, he's got one employee. He feels like he needs to, double. And quite frankly, if he's got that situation, he's probably to that triple.
Yeah, we need to link him up
absolutely.
With Chuck. Chuck, do you want to talk pricing at all for your program, or is it pretty much custom to every single person and what they're doing?
Yeah, we have 3 levels, and we can tailor it. It depends on where. So we like to go in and see the business first, and then we'll recommend the level. I don't always recommend you go into the highest level. You may not be ready for that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I like to see the business and have a conversation first. It's not about just jumping in and going right to the highest level.
Baby
that's
steps.
why we set it up with yes, exactly. And that's why we set it up with the 3 levels. But we have custom packages too, right? Like we can tailor it to just about any business. If you want to focus on your brand, we have a brand option where we'll help you redesign your brand and logo. We have a home show. We got really good at home shows and setting up booths and displays. Dean, you're familiar with this.
That.
You did a ton of that stuff. So we will come in and we'll help you organize your home show. There's a lot of people that these community events are huge. Google is great, and there's tons of billboards and TV and radio. That's great. There is nothing better than shaking hands and kissing babies.
I agree.
And literally, so we can come in and help you design a structure that's going to work and give you an ROI there. So really, realistically, we can tailor it to any of your needs, right? If you want 1 call a month with us, great. You're not going to go very fast, But if that's what you need for the
But
time,
hey, it's a step.
That's
It's a
great.
step in the right direction.
Absolutely, and there is no bad choice there. And Aaron, for your friend, I would tell him, jump on, join our Facebook group, and literally get onto that Zoom call and start talking to me. Each week. I mean, it's a great resource, right? And if I don't have the answer, guess where I'm going? I'm going to go to my mentors, and I'm going to get the answer.
Yeah.
Chuck, I also want to throw out an invite to you. As you know, we do we call it the Mixer. It's 100% a networking event that can get, just like you said, kissing the babies and shaking hands, man. It's all about getting face to face, especially in this day and age, and all the social media and all the, like you said, all the noise out there. So I want to throw out an invite to you as well. I mean, I always invite you, as you know, but dude, take it on as well, and start bringing you and your people there, because you know what? It's all about networking, and you just have no idea. We're really big on our business Rolodex about putting the right people with the right people, whether it's a service or a product or whatever. It doesn't matter. So
for the people,
and you have so much you could offer to so many people in our group, man. Dude, come to our Mixer and start talking to people.
I'll be there. And Aaron, I want to tell you one more thing.
For the people I'm thinking of will be, or I know they'll be at this next one for sure.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you something else for your friend that's working on the hiring right now. Like he thinks he needs to hire. Put the systems and processes in place where he's at right now. Right? If he implements an unbelievable onboarding process, he can hire C players and B players and make them A players. That's one thing that it took me a while to learn, right? Is don't always look for the A player. You pass up these B and C players that can quickly become A players with a great system and an onboarding process.
A lot of A players are going to be a pain in your ass because they think like A players. Let's be honest.
Yep.
I think you grow a C player, and that's how you build your business and create loyalty and create
All right, guys.
Amazing culture.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, man. We've almost gone an hour, dude. Seems like we just started. Chuck, man, I love you, kid. I appreciate you coming on, and I'll be honest with you. I didn't know what you were doing. I knew that I knew a tiny little bit. Totally impressed, baby.
Well, you blink and he's off in a whole new stratosphere.
Holy shit! I'm trying to keep up. His hair's on fire. All right, brother.
Guys, please join too. Like I would love to see you guys on a Thursday night call, or join our Facebook group. We would love to see you, and I will definitely make the next Mixer for sure.
Awesome. And like I said, feel free to invite your people.
100%.
Okay. All right.
Thanks,
Thank
Chuck.
you, guys. Appreciate it. Chuck,
thanks
a ton for being on. And we will see you guys next Friday. It's the Friday before Mother's Day, so don't forget about your moms. And don't forget about this charity that we're promoting. Come out to our Mixer next Thursday. Starts at 5 and goes until whenever. So, we kind of set it up that way so people can just swing in on their way home from work and spend a few minutes. And then if you want to boogie. So, love you guys.